They have their own R&D as well. So we compete, I didn't say compete, I meant we sometimes try to supplement and synergize with the research that they're doing in the businesses to bring them early stage technologies that they can turn into products. So BD Medical. BD Medical segment is focused on providing innovative solutions to reduce the spread of infection, enhance diabetes treatment, advance drug delivery, and improve ophthalmic surgery outcomes. So we have 4 major businesses in BD Medical. One is called MedSurg. They make catheters, a world-leading company making catheters and plastic syringes, disposable syringes that are used by hospitals around the world. We have BD Diabetes Care, which is the world's leading producer of insulin syringes and needles that go on these peg devices. If any of you have used insulin or know somebody who do, a lot of them inject their insulin now using a peg-like device that looks like a fountain pen. And we distribute those directly to patients through the pharmacy. We also have an ophthalmics business that focuses on surgical instruments for ophthalmic surgery, and then the advanced drug delivery is pre-filled products. These are glass syringes or plastic syringes that actually the customer for that is a pharmaceutical company. They buy these syringes and they say, you know what, it'll be a lot more convenient for the hospital to buy our drug already packaged in a syringe that they can just take out and inject, as opposed to getting a bottle, drawing it up, and then sending it down to the nurse on the floor to delivery. So as you can see, a wide range of products and also very different and broad market serves. And one of the things that's interesting in BD, I mean, I'm kind of lucky. The folks here work at BD Technology, we're kind of lucky because we talk to all the different businesses. But I mean, these businesses, the crosstalk between them is much less because they have a business to run. They actually have to earn money. That's something that I've been blessed with not having to do very much in my life. So it's a lot more fun to spend it. So, you didn't hear that. So, but very different businesses. I mean, very operationally focused, very much focused on efficiency. I heard somebody mention black belt training. Well, you know, I have absolutely no idea. So, but you know what? God bless them. They've been very processed, very focused on efficiency, and that is really the engine that runs our company. If we can't do that, make product well, get it out the door to our patients or to our customers, the whole business is not standing on steady ground. So some of the key BD Medical brands are the high-pack glass syringes. These are what are purchased by pharma companies. Catheter systems. These are the BD X-Star safety knives. Those are for ophthalmic surgery. Lancets, syringes for delivering insulin. Future growth of the BD Medical Systems is going to come from immunization delivery devices with a focus on safety, pre-filled systems, and pen needles. One of the big issues that BD has tackled head on early on in the game was the issue of hospital worker safety. Big problem being needle sticks. With all needles flying around and people giving injections in the hospital, getting a needle stick when you're busy and wondering is a common occurrence. And in the advent and the era of AIDS and HIV, people being aware of these issues becoming a much more critical issue. So BD actually led the charge years ago on safety engineered devices. So once these needles were used, either to automatically disable them or to have very simple ergonomic solutions to cover up that sharp point so it can't do any harm and can be disposed of properly. Looks like a simple problem, but when you're dealing with, if you're a nurse on the floor and dealing with lots of patients that you have to take care of and injecting and things like that, I mean, even in dental offices, this is a major problem. That's happened to me one time when I was getting a procedure, and the dental assistant who was working on me got her finger stuck on the syringe to give me the anesthetic. So Big problem. BD's been at the forefront, actually advocating with Congress, public, in the government agencies to create legislation to eliminate these. The next big area that we're going to be tackling in that, I'll talk about in the next group of slides, is the area of hospital-acquired infection. So with BD Medical, safety has been a big component. Vaccinations. I mean, like I mentioned before, if you've ever been vaccinated, more than likely those were a BD syringe, either a syringe that was pre-filled with the vaccine in it to give you, or to pull it out of the syringe, pull it out of the vial and make the injection. So BD has always been a very big, strong supporter in the area of vaccination and public health, preventativeness, as opposed to just working on things that treat disease once it's already happened. So BD Diagnostics is, BD Medical is based up in New Jersey. Their headquarters are in New Jersey. BD Diagnostics is headquartered in Sparks, Maryland, which is right outside of Baltimore. Their segment focuses on improving health outcomes for patients and providing laboratories with solutions that improve quality, reduce costs, inform medical decisions, and enhance laboratory system productivity. As you can see from the list, a very broad menu of different types of products and services that BD Diagnostics offers, and as well a whole series of different markets that are served. If you've ever brought a child into a doctor and they've taken a swab to test for a strep throat or an infection, it's probably a BD product that they were doing. So BD Diagnostics focuses very much on infectious disease, diagnosing what bug you may have. The other big part of the business is blood or sample collection. So part of this business is our pre-analytical business, which is the tubes, the vacutainer tubes. And when you go to a doctor and say, you get your physical and say, okay, we're going to test your cholesterol or so. They put that tube in you, they put a needle in you, and then they pop a tube that's got vacuum in it, and it sucks the blood right out. Those are BD products. BD is the world's leader in blood collection tubes. So this business is kind of interesting because they have not only very inexpensive disposable plastic tubes with the vacuum inside them, and a vacuum is free. So vacuum, I guess, is nothing. Two very large pieces of capital equipment. Here you see the BD Viper and Phoenix platforms. These are for automatic sample processing and rapid bacterial detection. So we are providing the reagents to the doctors to do these tests, and we're providing the instrumentation to the large clinical labs who are going to process these results and report them back to the patient. As I mentioned, one of the new big initiatives within BD is trying to get on the front of potential healthcare problems. We saw back 20 years ago, healthcare worker safety was a big issue, especially with the advent of AIDS, the spread of AIDS, HIV. And we got on that very quickly and started to provide solutions and introduce them around the world. The next big area that we think is hospital-acquired infections. You hear about these reports in the paper of somebody going into a hospital for something routine, and they end up getting a lot sicker than when they went in there. They caught some bug that's resistant to antibiotics, and these are life-threatening conditions.